I'll be sharing some very important and useful tips about when you're going to open your Amazon Seller Central account in your FBA business. This is going to be an important one, so make sure to watch till the end. Let's go. What is up guys, my name is Orinn and welcome back to my channel. If you're excited about this video, be sure to give this a big thumbs up right now. If you want to learn more about online businesses and all things entrepreneurship, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. So first and foremost, what is Seller Central? Amazon Seller Central is the interface that is used by sellers to sell and market their products to Amazon's customers directly within the Amazon marketplace. Once you've registered with Seller Central and your account gets approved, then you can start to sell on Amazon. But before you jump in and sign up with Amazon, you need to know that there are a lot of rules that you need to follow, and they will require a lot of documentation from you for you to get approved to sell on their platform. So the first thing you need to do is to choose a marketplace. These marketplaces are in USA, Canada, Mexico, UK, Australia, Singapore, Japan, India, in United Arab Emirates, where I am, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Poland, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. Choosing a marketplace has got nothing to do with where you live. All you need to find out is that if your country where you live is one of the approved countries to sell by Amazon. These are all open information, and I'll leave a link in my description box below for you to find out the list of countries that are approved to sell on Amazon. Keep in mind, marketplaces and approved countries are different. So on Amazon, people are usually doing FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, and it is when you ship all your inventory to Amazon's warehouses all over the world or whichever marketplace you're selling in, and this goes to Amazon's warehouse directly from your manufacturers, and you never even see your inventory. Your inventory really never comes to you. So wherever you live, that really has got nothing to do with what marketplace you decide to sell on. You don't really deal with your inventory, you only approve your samples, and then once it's ready, it goes directly to Amazon's warehouse from your manufacturer's factory. And then from that point onwards, Amazon takes care of the rest. They store it for you, they take care of the returns, they send it out to your customers when they purchase it, and that's basically fulfillment by Amazon. So there are two ways to register on Amazon. One, you can register with your personal details, or you can register as a business. This is where it gets tricky and sometimes people are a little confused. So usually people take this decision based on where they live. So as I mentioned before, you need to be part of an accepted country to be able to sell on Amazon. So this is how it works. For every single marketplace, there is a list of accepted countries that can register on that particular marketplace. So to make it simple, if you're living in a country that does not have a marketplace, say for example the USA marketplace, and you do not live in the US, you live in some other part of the world where there is no Amazon marketplace. So you need to first find out that if your country is accepted by Amazon, and if it is accepted, then what marketplace is that country listed at. If you live in one of the accepted countries, then you can easily register and use your personal information, and you do not require to have a company or anything like that. So wherever you live, based on that, you'll have to do a little bit of your own research to choose your marketplace. So once you've decided which marketplace you want to go for and you want to now sign up, then you can simply go to Google and type Amazon Seller Central, for example US marketplace, so USA, or Amazon Seller Central Germany, or Amazon Seller Central Singapore, or whichever one that you're looking for. I'll leave the links for marketplaces in my description box below if you need it, and then you can just go in the link and sign up. So now that you understand marketplaces and list of accepted countries, Amazon has divided all these countries into 5 different zones. All these different zones have their own rules and their own different payment procedures. So for example, USA falls in zone 1, and so the sign up and payment process is very simple for the sellers in zone 1. Sellers from zone 1, which is the US sellers, can use their bank information and receive direct deposits from Amazon. But if you're in a different zone, and especially if you're not in North America, then first you need to make sure that the country you live in is also currency wise accepted by Amazon. This means that if the country is accepted and not the currency, then you'll be able to register with Amazon, but you will not be able to receive any payments. There are a lot of currencies that Amazon does not convert to, and in this kind of a scenario you could use something like a third-party payment provider like Payoneer. So Payoneer is like an online bank account, and so your money from Amazon will be directed to this online bank account, and then you can choose to transfer this to your bank account in your country. So make sure to check all of this, and especially where you live and the currency and everything, before you are ready to open your Seller Central account. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is to be 100% real and authentic with your application. You must provide them with exactly what they have asked for. It's not going to be a good idea if you try to manipulate documents, if you try to change your name or address in your utility bills or something like that. If you submit documents that aren't 100% real, then you put your account at risk of not being approved. And Amazon always finds out. Trust me, they do this every single day and they will find out. In my personal experience, I have seen people do this and I have seen their accounts getting immediately rejected. If you're not going to be authentic and if your application and your account does not get approved, then most likely you will lose the opportunity to sell on Amazon. Which brings me to my next point. You must never create a second account or multiple accounts. If you have an Amazon Seller Central account that you have just opened, or if you have an account that you had opened in the past but never did anything with it, go and find that account and log into that account. Do not go and create a second account. Do not create multiple accounts. Amazon does not like it. If you create multiple accounts, Amazon will link all your accounts through your IP, and they have their lot of other different ways of finding out, and when they do, they will reject all your accounts. Now for those of you, if your first Seller Central got suspended and you create a second account, then chances are that that will also get suspended. Be aware of this and prepare yourself well before you start your application process. So the next thing is choosing between an individual account or a professional account. The individual account is free, but you'll be paying a per unit fee, and this is when people are usually not using the FBA. Now for the pro account, this is kind of like a membership. With the pro account, you'll be paying a membership fee and it will come with some benefits. This fee varies from country to country. For example, for the US marketplace, for the pro account, the fee for the membership is $39.99 per month. And for example, for the UAE marketplace where I am, there are no fees. I suggest to go for the pro account. You do not need a company or anything like that to open a pro account. With the pro account, you can directly ship your products to Amazon. You can use the PPC, and so I definitely suggest this one. Now if you want to sign up with an individual account first and then later upgrade to a pro account, that's fine, but it can sometimes get a little bit tricky to change things inside your Seller Central. In recent times, Amazon has gotten much more stricter, so if you are wanting to ever change like this or make an upgrade, then that can sometimes put your account in review. And if Amazon finds out something that they think is not okay, which they did not see during your Seller Central sign up, then that can put your account at risk of getting suspended. It's always best to avoid getting your account reviewed unnecessarily by Amazon. So I suggest going ahead with the pro account even if you have to pay a fee. So if your marketplace has this fee, or for example, you are selling in the US marketplace and the fee is $39.99 per month, then initially this will be charged to your credit card. But once you start making sales on Amazon, it will be deducted from your profit before they are deposited into your bank account. And of course, you'll need a valid credit card, and this is the card that will be charged initially for your membership fees if there are any. So what I suggest is that you either decide and set it up as an individual or set it up as a company. It's best to take time, plan, decide, and then set it up instead of just jumping into it with no preparations, because it's always a little bit tricky to change things up inside Amazon Seller Central. Which brings me to my next point, opening as an entity. Now, if you decide to sell on Amazon as an entity, then you need to make sure that this is not a new company. Make sure to use a company and a bank account that has been there for a while. If it's a brand new company, then don't use it. if you don't have any other older companies, then wait it out and let some time go until this company is not a brand new company. Also, different marketplaces have different rules. For some marketplaces, when you register as an entity, you are able to change information later, and then for some other marketplaces, you are not allowed to change any information later at all. So make sure to check all that beforehand. Next thing is documentation. Amazon is going to require a lot of documentation from you during your application. Once you start the process, you will know this ahead of time, so make sure to prepare all of this in advance. Now, this is really important. All of these documents needs to be correlated. The name and address that you will use to set up this account needs to match with all of the real documentation that you will submit to Amazon. Some of these documents could be a copy of your passport, your bank statement, your utility bills, etc. Amazon does require you to submit the utility bill that is on your name. If you do not have a utility bill on your name, then I would suggest not to even go ahead with the application. It's a requirement, and if you cannot provide, for example, you live with a friend or you are still living with your parents or something like that, then that really will not work out. You need to find a way to get a utility bill on your name which is an authentic one, because Amazon will cross-check, and if you don't have one, then you may not be able to sell on Amazon until you get one. If you don't have one or more document that they have requested, or they don't match with each other, then they will not approve your account. Whatever they're requesting, make sure to prepare and have everything ready in advance. Prepare all your documentation in their original PDF format, and please do not send them any screenshots. Treat this application as if you are submitting all this to an embassy or the government. Download all your bank statements and utilities in their original format and have them ready. I believe they do not accept JPEGs, but whatever they accept will all be mentioned over there. But in my experience, PDF works the best. Same goes for your ID. Make sure to send a color copy PDF of your passport or your ID. Use a scanner, or you could also use a cam scanner, but don't take pictures like from your phone, and just try to keep everything super professional. So what happens after submission? After you've submitted your application, what you will do is be patient and wait for them to get back to you. Please do not email them, do not bug them. Be patient and wait for them to get back to you until it's approved. Now, if you receive an email that says that your account was not approved, then what you need to do is you need to first be calm and then read the email and see what they are saying. They might say that there were some wrong or missing documents, there might be some documents that did not match to one another, or there might be that you did not apply with these documents in the correct format. If they tell you why, then what you do is you respond back to them and make sure to be very clear about what you are explaining them. And another thing that you need to do is that you need to be extra nice to them. You kind of need to be apologetic and explain whatever you're saying. You want to be super professional, and even if you think that you have no reason to be apologetic for anything, still just go with it and do it. It's only going to help you to get your account approved. Trust me, it has worked for a lot of people. If they have asked for something that you have not provided, then simply let them know that now you have made the changes and you have sent them, and make sure that you're sending everything in the correct format. Be very clear in your email and be apologetic, and let them know that what you have done to fix the problem. So the last and most important point is, once your account is approved, do not make any changes in your Seller Central in your account for a couple of months. If you're a new account and if you change all of these or any of these, then Amazon might find it weird and they might temporarily deactivate your account, thinking that there might be something fraudulent going on. Leave the name and information as it is, let it be like that for 4 to 6 months, and then later change it if you need to. And finally, good luck with your Seller Central account. If this video was helpful or added any value, please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in comments below if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer most of them, and I'll see you in the next one.